She went crazy, John. She went crazy. You're about to hear all about it right now.
She was born
She was
crazy.
yelling at me.
She was born crazy.
She was yelling at me in the backstage, man. I'm scared.
You gotta be crazy to buy art prints. You gotta
I didn't say it.
be. You're about to watch Casual Nerd Problems among
That's
collectors.
why she is the...
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I don't know where I found that clip, but I can't stop watching that thing.
You're not supposed to drink on Mondays, man. Hello?
Should have, man. It was a crazy day today for me. I was gonna say, how's it going? But Cece, if you wanna start that one off really quick.
Well, first off, can I say I don't think I haven't finished it yet. But on Collectors Club, seeing John with no facial hair was like it reminded me of the time that like when I was a kid, my dad shaved his mustache, and I was 5, and I told my mom like he looks like an alien.
Wow.
It just feels so odd being so used to you with the facial hair. It still looks good, but it's just different. It's gonna take some time to get used to.
I kicked her out for you, John.
Yeah, I'll get it right. We'll stream like this. You know, It's gonna be like an episode of Casino. Hey, what's going on?
You're just gonna. Yeah, I in like I think 3 minutes before we went live, I gave.
She was yelling at me.
The riot act about how someone was with me in the McDonald's. I was trying to get my nuggets for the show, and someone almost hit me in the drive-thru.
Oh, wow.
Like it was. Yeah, I'm like, I'm a fat ass. I'm a pro at drive-thru. So if you don't know how to drive through them to get your nuggets, I get kind of like.
Oh, this is perfect. You should put the Bane mask on.
That's a good point. So should I tell the whole rant about?
Well, let's start off with positive. John.
What do we have, an hour show?
John, how's the baby, man? How's the baby life?
It's good, really good.
He says it looking left and right.
No, it's good. Trust me.
The wife is here. The wife.
No. It put things into perspective as to what's important in life. Yeah.
Statues are still important, right? Or...
they are.
What?
Statues are still important, but
wow,
when
you changed.
You hold a baby, and it's like.
I can't rant
statues are important, but
chicken nuggets with him talking real talk like that. Like.
Yeah. It puts things into perspective. But I'm glad to be behind a camera again. I'm starting to get the shivers. You know, when you get like when you get out of rehab or something. I don't know. I've never been, but I can only imagine that's what it feels like.
Whoa.
But yeah, thanks for covering me on Friday on Club. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah.
This sounds awful because like, if I remember correctly, it was going to be a surprise. But are you okay saying what you had?
Oh yeah, a baby girl.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a nice even split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That even adds to it more. I have my son, but when you have a little girl, I don't know, something inside clicks. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's just the feels are different.
I appreciate anyone adding to the female collector club.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And I'm already starting to, I'm looking at Princess Leia prints and stuff to put on the walls. We named her Matilda.
Oh, very nice.
Tell me on that, man.
You see, this daddy's little girl will be spoiled.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Appreciate you guys.
Matilda's her name, by the way.
Yeah. Got to keep the pop culture names in the family, right?
We were talking about this with Terry. Is it two and done, or is it like?
Yeah. I see the thing. We swapped. My wife was like, "No, I want more," and I was always like, "No, I want 2. That's enough. Whatever. Just focus on them." Because then, family of 4 is perfect. The restaurants, you go to the rides, amusement park. You have 3. It just balances everything.
Yeah.
And she had
her.
Yeah, the third wheel. She had her, and we swapped. She's like, "No, this was it," and I'm starting to say, "Okay, maybe one more. We'll see how things go." But for now, it's gonna stay the way it is. We've got statues to buy. Come on.
It sounds like you got baby number 3 on the way, so that's okay.
Yeah.
But congratulations, man. Big
Appreciate
congrats.
Appreciate
It's gonna
it,
be
guys.
crazy.
Oh, yes, it is.
That's good. But I'm sure when carpool collecting, when you do that,
right.
that's gonna be great with the baby in the background. Yeah.
Can
It's
you
gonna be
imagine?
fun though.
Just see the car seats, perpetual car seats.
Yep, it's already full. The van is already full.
Crazy luck that you got all those like where did you go to again in New York? You
Buffalo.
went to
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that's over and done with. Man.
That's I wanted that to happen way before this. So, and I wouldn't go now. I couldn't go now. So happy that worked out.
We should have your wife on one day, see what she thinks about this whole thing.
Yeah,
It'd probably be one
We
word,
could.
like F it.
we could. She hasn't even come down to see the new setup yet. So
All right, I put a lock on it, because she comes
this is
down
where
there.
our
she's
money's going. What the?
like, yeah.
Where'd you get this?
Well, here we go, John. Cece, if you wanna
Go ahead, Cece.
the McDonald's fiasco.
So I will, am I allowed to say this? I'm like, who's going to be watching this? I don't think my family knows I'm on this show, if I'm quite honest, and I'm going to keep it that way. This is a safe space.
She kills someone.
So my my
Basically.
mom was talking about someone being like not in a financially great place, and I'm a jerk, so I was like, is that the same someone who got a Brazilian butt lift for like $5,000 a while back? And she clapped
What's up,
back
Mom?
so hard. She was like, how many Star Wars helmets do you have?
Wow.
Wow.
And I was like, listen, those appreciate in value. Depending on what she does for a living, I don't think the Brazilian butt lift is going to appreciate in value. But that's just speculation. So, yeah, I was like, I'd rather have a room full of Star Wars helmets and statues and stuff like that than, I mean, there's worse things we could buy, like drugs. Drugs would be cheaper. But
Yeah.
on that awkward segue, yeah, so someone almost hit me in the McDonald's drive-thru, and I was like, what the heck? It was a 2-lane drive-thru, and I didn't realize that was something people couldn't navigate very well. But she's approaching the drive-thru. She's in the outside lane. I'm in the inside lane. She starts merging into me, like, oh, I want to go to the inside intercom. And I'm like, I'm existing, and 2 things can't occupy the same space at the same time. That's a problem. So I use my I slam my brakes and my wimpy ass horn at the same time. It's like, it's not good.
Jesus. Your horn's a parrot?
Basically.
I thought that was a bird for a second. I was like, what the?
I don't know what Honda's deal is, but they did not put a decent horn in that car. And so then I just go around her, obviously. I'm like, whatever, I'll go on the outside lane then if you're going to almost hit me. And so I did that, and I approach the intercom before she does, and then she approaches the intercom and she overshoots it. So I'm doing the thing where I'm like, I want to see how stupid this person looks, considering the shit that they just pulled. Like, it's like a more curiosity. If anyone ever does that to you, like cuts you off in your state, you're like, I need to see the look, the accuracy on this person's face. So she starts reversing in the drive-thru because she overshot the intercom, and she looks at me and she's like, go. Like, I'm like, go, like, order first. And then like that's how that works. She's like allowing me to order first. And I'm like, I'm a fat ass and I know how drive-thrus work. So I know I'm probably gonna get the intercom first because like I hit my mark, basically, where it's like you overshot it. So then the dude's like, what do you want? And so I ordered, and then thankfully I didn't have to make eye contact with her for the rest of the journey. But I was like, seriously, I just want my nuggets. So I could eat my nuggets for the podcast because I skipped lunch because work was busy. Mondays suck.
Jesus.
But yeah, I bought an art print today, so that's good news.
Enabling.
My blood
So
pressure.
going back, I was gonna say going back to the Nuggets though. Like, wasn't she
let's get into
behind
it.
you, like when you got your order, or was she in front of you when you got?
She was behind me.
So were you looking in your mirror the whole time, like you piece of shit?
After I ordered, yeah, I pulled up, I pay, and I'm like think
Here's a $1 million question. What dip do you get with your nuggets?
honey mustard.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And Eddie gets ranch, which
Ranch is good. Ranch is good.
he's like
ketchup.
ranch, and I'm like, I thought that was like
Honey mustard for the win.
a very like stereotypical white thing to just put ranch on everything. Eddie proving stereotypes wrong since like 1991 or something.
This episode just proves we're all fat.
I know, man. I actually I just had honey mustard like last week for the first time ever. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
For the first time?
First time ever. I hate mustard, so I always compare it to mustard.
Okay.
So I was
a
like,
little bit
let me
better.
try it out. Yeah.
Have you ever tried Freddy's?
The ice cream place,
Like
the shake.
steak burgers and custard, like frozen custard.
Mm-hmm.
I had that for the first time recently. Oh my gosh, I was impressed. That was really good.
Oh, I thought that was an East Coast thing. They have it over there. I didn't know that.
Sweet and sour.
Sweet
I
and
know what
sour.
I know what you mean.
Michael Raven, you're done for. How about the what do they call it? McChicken? No. Chicken filet sauce. That's pretty good too, right?
Oh, the Chick-fil-A sauce.
I never
Yeah.
had that. Never had a
Never
filet
had
chicken.
Raisin Cane's sauce. I mean, I honestly think it's the same shit. Like if you went to every establishment that had their own sauce and you like compared them in a blind study, you'd be like, this is a mayonnaise based ketchup, cayenne, whatever. Like it's all the same. I bet.
Personally, I think McDonald's is the absolute worst.
McDonald's?
Yeah, is the absolute like worst takeout you can have.
It's the easiest thing
burger wise.
to eat during a podcast.
Yeah, nuggets and stuff. Sure, I get you get nuggets and the fries are really good.
I don't recommend Chipotle for podcasting while eating.
Well, no, because then you're
Gross.
hearing things come out of the other end.
Yeah.
No, it's literally like I always get the bowls, and so it's like no one looks cute eating rice. Like if it falls or something, you're just like, that's. I feel like I don't know how to do it anymore.
I think I can look cute eating rice. And again, I look cute doing anything. Sorry, I couldn't give a straight face there.
FBJ's asking, did you cop that Alex Ross 60th anniversary X-Men print from
Yeah. So
Sanctuary?
now, what did you get?
It's
Oh
funny.
yeah, what did you get?
I don't. Yeah, it's. I think. Did I talk about the fact that I got an Alex Ross print, even though I said for like years I'm not an Alex Ross fan?
Yeah, you showed it on.
showed it,
You did a stream with Steve. Yeah.
So I got the one that like if I were to have an Alex Ross, I got. So no, that doesn't mean I'm a convert and I'm just gonna get Alex Ross everything. I know he's doing a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive print that someone's asked me if I could try to. Mike Costa asked me if I can try to get him, so I'm gonna aim for that. But I did not get the sideshow print. The one I got was from Bottleneck. I don't know if you want to go on their website and pull it up. It was the Amazing Spider-Man 700 cover that they turned into a print.
I feel like Rashid's here.
I know, right?
If you know, you
If
know.
you know, yeah.
Yeah, douchebag. There's no like Popeyes is always really bad, contentious, regardless of the chicken sandwich thing. Because
I personally like Wendy's.
I hate Wendy's.
Oh
That's
wow,
so
Wendy's was bad, but they stepped up their game here like really, really well. So, not that I eat it too much because you got to maintain this physique.
What's that first one? Sit down.
What guy laughing at?
That
I'll
was
reach through this computer and
This,
Oh,
no,
so you said
go-
that's the first one?
nope, down below that. That's the damn Mumford. That one.
Oh, I have this one.
that's a nice one. Wow, I didn't take you for someone who collects Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's funny because do I have anything else? I have 2 Spider-Man prints. Is that it?
Oh, I have this in the Venomized.
This
This
is
is the
cool.
one I got. Yeah,
Oh, this is nice. Oh wow, that's really nice. That one.
I got this.
It's funny because I know they've been released before, but I think they were released through Gray Matter Art. Is that what that is? Or is that?
Oh, you see that? All the black part is Venom. I didn't notice that.
Mhm.
That's
It's a bit
cool.
busier than I normally go for, but my office at work is like kind of like red, white, and blue art prints, so that if they tell me it's
Okay.
professional, I could tell them they're un-American.
Yeah.
So that's gonna go in my office. The other, Jose, I wonder, could you I'm gonna ask you to Google something else. Could you Google
Sure.
like Alex Ross SDCC 2023 and see if it pops up? I will say I give props to Wendy's for like offering something like a baked potato in a drive-through setting.
Chili.
Ooh, chili sounds good.
Shout out to Michael. He says Harvey's. I think Harvey's is great too. That's up there. I think that's the healthiest you can get.
I've never heard of these.
Yeah, on the grill. That's pretty good.
None of these look like the one. Oh, in the far right at the top. Is that it with the Captain America and the Iron Man? No, keep going.
Appreciate you, Just Sunbone.
Yep, that's
Thanks,
it.
buddy.
Can you click
Oh,
on
that's
that?
nice.
Has info.
I'd love to go to SDCC one year.
So the thing about okay, so it's 11 by 14. That makes sense. Because
Edition size of 100. Dang.
yeah, I'm gonna try. But
I like that one on the bottom right.
Me too.
Yeah.
that one, yeah, that one's pretty classic. He
I
normally,
love Alex Ross. All right. Sorry, if CC.
No, it's okay. He normally likes canvas prints, and that one's paper. But he's a huge Iron Man fan, so that makes sense.
This goes well with the LBS cap and yeah.
I have ordered. It's been a very long time since I've ordered from Grey Matter Art, honestly, because they tend to do a lot of Marvel stuff, which isn't my focus. If that makes sense, I have some Marvel prints, but they don't hold a candle to like the Batman and the Star Wars stuff. I know they had an issue with at least 2 releases. I think it was a Iron Man print. It might have actually been Chris Thornley's, and a Halloween print. I forget who did the Halloween. I think it was it Burgos, but it was like through production nightmare, and I think it took about a year for people to actually get the prints in hand. They're a licensed gallery. That's pretty unheard of for them to have issues like that. But I think they did make some kind of announcement. It was not, they weren't giving a lot of updates, which I think was a problem, is they weren't terribly transparent. But I think they did finally come out and say that it's a small business and that someone, I don't know if it was like someone high up within the company had a death in the family or something like major happen, and kind of that contributed to a lot of it. I don't know if it was necessarily COVID related. I think it happened before COVID with like the issues, because I know like even a few Matt Ferguson prints ran through that with bottleneck during COVID because the price of like paper went up considerably. So some of those had a long wait. But yeah, I think if you just order through PayPal, or just be prepared to have to contact them in a few months if you don't get it. But I haven't heard anything recent with Grey Matter, if that helps.
Cool. Well, the topic I want to talk to you guys about today has been on my mind for a little bit. I see people recently collecting like new statues, new art prints, new everything, and then selling them like 2 weeks later, a month later, a month and a half later, next day. It's not even at their house yet, and they already want to sell it.
Pre-order,
Yeah, and I'm like, dang, okay. But I wanted to call this topic today collecting to collect or collecting to fill in a void. Like, I think I was talking to, what's his name, Crippler about this. You know, like, we're on YouTube. I would say now that, like, we've been here for a while now, like, we have some influence on some people. Like, you know, just a little bit, I think. But there's other YouTubers where they have, like, huge influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do collectors collect in order to be part of the club or part of the community, or do collectors collect because, I mean, it's a little bit of both, I think, but do collectors collect to just fill in that void? like
it's the popular thing to do.
Yeah, that, or they're just bored and they just want to collect. It's not like about collecting anymore.
I don't know how anybody can collect at this point $1,500 to $2,000 pieces, or if you look at quarter, even $1,100, because they're bored. I think that's that would be insane. I think that collecting's changed. I don't think people are collecting that core that core value that they have for the piece, or the different. I feel like collectors aren't necessarily looking at the piece and buying it because they enjoy it. I think there could be some influence, but personally, at the end of the day, my theory is always, if you're listening to a YouTuber, just take what they say with a grain of salt. Doesn't matter
Collect
who it is.
responsibly. Yeah, that
Collect
guy too.
responsibly. That's copywritten, so there's $100 fee every time that's said.
Oh shit.
Other than out of my mouth. No, I'm kidding. Um, but no, seriously. But yeah, it just comes down to collect responsibly. Whatever you hear on YouTube, it's just a bunch of friends chit chatting about their collecting experience and their opinions. Take it with a grain of salt. When you're making a purchase, you gotta love the piece. I could say I love the tweeter head Two Face or Gilman, and someone say that's ugly. But you shouldn't buy it just because I have the opinion that I like it. It's your collection that you're building, and you need to love every piece that comes into it. And I know it's starting to sound cheesy, but it's true, because we're in a market now where if you get a piece in that you didn't buy because you absolutely love it, you're gonna have a hard time letting it go for what you paid for it. So you're gonna be taking a loss, and it's not worth it because it's gonna stress you out. And this hobby is supposed to be about fun, and you're gonna get out just as fast as you got in.
But you also see like what I'm talking about, right? Like when people collect and they just sell it the next day, or they sell.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
it's starting to be more of like a common thing, to be honest. I'm not like I remember when I first started collecting, I was like I got really heavy into it, and then I wanted to sell them off, and then I was like I'm gonna cut it down a little bit, but then I don't know. After I took that little break, sort of,
Yeah.
I started thinking about it. It's expensive, man. And then like on some of them you do lose money. So then I was like, I'm gonna start collecting, very like everything I like. If I buy it, I have to love it.
Yeah.
It's like a sort of like a little rule I set.
But at the same time, it's tough to. At the same time, don't like enjoy it, right? Like if a pre-order
Yeah.
goes up, don't go and over scrutinize from toe to head, right? Enjoy the process, right? Enjoy the excitement, because you can still pick up a piece that you think you're gonna love and get it in hand, and it's nothing what you expected. Whether it's the company's production, quality control, or whatever didn't meet, wasn't up to par. Just to cap it off, do you, and enjoy and have fun, and don't listen to other people. Take opinions with a grain of salt and add them to yours. Our opinions for YouTubers give should just be a different perspective other than your own. Like if a YouTuber notices Buck is really good with this, with anatomy and so forth. If he says something and you didn't notice it before, it's educating yourself. But don't take everything to heart and say, oh, Jonathan's getting it, or Steve's getting it, or whoever's getting it, I have to get it. No, that's...
Yeah, it's
I think we've talked about this in a few different like in relation to other topics, because it almost goes to like, well, should you listen to YouTubers, if that makes sense? Because I think that it's really easy for me to say that this topic is about like being overly influenced by people, and by overly influenced, like, as I think most collectors, most of my friends who are in the collecting hobby, I know through like the YouTube stuff, not in real life. So I think sometimes it actually helps, almost like if you are in like a certain field and you have coworkers, and then your friends outside that field are in the same field, it's like how do you separate that? So I do have friends who are like interested in what I do as far as collecting, but they didn't drink the Kool-Aid like you guys. Like they don't have like a room full of statues. They're not like major collectors, but they could appreciate it from afar. And I think sometimes having that feedback where you could say like, here's this thing I'm thinking about ordering. They're like, that's super cool. And then I'm like, yeah, it's like, someone's rent. And that's when they're like, wait a minute.
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
have you thought about this? Or like, where is this going? Or like, don't you have something like that? Like I think that can kind of help snap you out of it a little bit. But I have that, I'm very stubborn too. So I think I'm very lucky in that regard, where I buy things and I don't think I've ever sold anything actually, as far as a collectible goes. I've picked stuff up for friends, like art prints or what have you, but not. I haven't bought anything like a collectible and then turned around and sold it. In fact, like the few things I do have, I've given away more than anything because I don't want to deal with the buying and selling. But also, I think it's a testament to the fact that like it's true. When I see something, I really like it. That doesn't mean I throw out all my shipper boxes. Like I know realistically, there's a few things that I might not want to keep forever. That might be on the chopping block later down the line. But so like I'm lucky when I see something and I like it, I tend to continue liking it. I don't fall out of love with stuff easily. But I've also kind of like had feedback from the other side of it, those people who do kind of go out of their way to buy something and then like a week later, 2 weeks later, they have to go and sell it. And I've had people like that message me and be like, "Hey, so I know I told you I was really excited to get this thing, but I'm gonna have to sell it, or I'm gonna have to sell my pre-order." And the last person who did that, I was like, "You don't have to justify anything to me." Like they were like,
Yeah.
I had a finance come up, and I can't swing it. I have to sell this pre-order. It's like the only like asset I have right now that I could risk losing. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to. You don't like. I don't think you're a like hashtag fake friend or
Yeah, it's like you're gonna stop being friends if they don't buy it. Yeah.
yeah, like I'm not like the only people who has to live with our collections are us. Like
Yeah.
when the YouTube stuff is off, this is still my home. Like the YouTube stuff doesn't change that. So I feel badly for the people who feel like they need to justify it to me or anyone else. That like, hey, I really like now. I think the reason why some people are like that is probably because those people who do feel like they need to say something are those genuine collectors, or they've seen it where there's either people in the community that they see who take other people's opinions like to a very high regard. Like I've seen those people who ask YouTubers, "Hey, should I get this statue or should I get this statue?" And the YouTubers like, "Get what you want." Like I
Here's my
can't
affiliate link.
what major purchase to make. Like you got to figure that out. And I worry about those people who are like, "You're my one deciding factor." I even, as Steve's casually unboxing this amazing statue, I still prefer the black and white, but I love this is my first black and white was the my first black and white was the Mike Mignola. It's still my absolute favorite. So congrats on getting this one. But
Those are dangerous.
yeah,
Sorry. It's taller than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I definitely hear you on the part where like they're apologizing for some crazy reason to us or to anybody. It's like it's your money, man. I'm just like giving you advice or telling you from my experience. Don't take that too
We're just
seriously.
offering different perspectives. It's not like, okay, you need to buy this from this person and you need to do it now. No. Like,
yeah. Like
that's not what this is about. That's not what YouTube's about.
like Steve, I asked you earlier for an opinion about a art piece I'm buying, and I was totally fine in saying like you're wrong.
Yeah, she said I chose the wrong one. I was like, okay, there you. The last time I give you my opinion.
I was like, I appreciate your feedback, but I disagree with it wholeheartedly. Thank you for making my decision more. It's almost like I think there a case reference there where it's like if you flip a coin, you know what your decision is when the coin's midair, basically before it lands. Because when
I
the
heard
second
that.
lands on the result you didn't want, you feel it. Like like oh crap, you know what? I wasn't on the fence about that one or of two minds on that one. Like this, the second you get a result that you don't like, you're like, oh, I should have stuck with my gut. And I think I've made decisions like the art print situation and gallery walls and like the way I display mine. I know it's not ideal in certain people's minds. It doesn't look like an art gallery. No one would sell art this way. It doesn't showcase it in the best light, but it's what makes me happy and it's what I like, and also I'm the only one who has to live with it. So maybe it's because I'm really selfish, and that's why I make good purchasing decisions when it comes to collecting.
Wow.
All of it is not a good purchasing decision, but I mean like I don't have regrets, if that makes sense. Like I know what I like.
That's very
and
important.
I know whether or not I'm going to have regrets later, or miss out on something or whatnot. But all right, now I feel like I need to ask about the statue now. what other ones are you gonna try to get in the blue?
That's
'Cause
it.
I
That's
think
it. I got everything else. I got the yeah, I got everything else. I just gotta
Yeah,
drop it off now.
these black and white ones are getting me sweating too.
I had I don't think they're in the chat. I don't know if he told me his YouTube name or something, but I had someone reach out to me and say that they're selling their entire collection. And
What?
It was
and I was
9K, right?
I'm sorry?
I saw a guy selling his entire collection too, but you had to buy everything at once. You wouldn't split it. Same
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
It
Twenty
It
was
might
like
bucks.
be
You said.
9,000.
No, I said 20
because
bucks.
I don't know if it might not be the same because I told him I said, listen, like I've seen people sell their entire collections or try to, and I think they're listed for quite a while because no one wants to like do that. That's a bit much. Like I think I told him if I were you, I'd maybe like break it up into lots. But
Yeah,
I did ask him like if you have because I think he had all of them, including like the duplicates, like the second editions and stuff. So I did throw out a few of those that I'd be interested in because I don't care if it's first or second edition. But yeah, there was a listing on eBay for the longest time where it was about that price, and I think it finally did sell only because someone had reached out privately, probably, and offered them less. Um, it's tough because it's a lot of boxes. There's just shipping in general for like a huge collection like that. But I hope they stick with it. I don't know if they've done another black and white since the second Mike Mignola, or maybe I just haven't been keeping track of it. But I have thought about going backwards and getting some of the problem is the ones I liked that I don't have are like really hard to find. I quoted a few of them and
yeah.
he was like, "Oh yeah, that one you don't see ever." And I'm like, "Yep, exactly." That's but
Which one was that?
the Frank Quietly, the Batman. You'll see the Robin go up, but occasionally, but not the Batman. I almost bought one on eBay years ago where the ear had broken, but he didn't have the piece, so I would have literally had to like fix it by hand. Yeah, the Frank Quietly. Uh, there's one of the jocks. I think it's the Dick Grayson.
Oh, yeah, the Dick Grayson. Oh, yes, that one's beautiful.
That one I love. I do want the McFarlane, the black and white version of the McFarlane. I do want that.
Yeah.
He's gonna be at San Diego Comic Con, but I don't want to take this big ass piece and just like take it all the way to California and bring it back. You know,
Oh,
it doesn't
McFarlane's
come
gonna be there.
apart. Yeah,
You
yeah,
should take
he's
it, man.
Yeah, but it's huge.
Just pack
man.
one less pair of underwear and just take it.
Oh man,
because
That would be good. That would be cool.
I thought about that. How amazing would that be if you just got the bases signed?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
all the
perfect for that.
it doesn't come apart though.
No, not that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mark Silvestri was at Fan Expo Denver, and I thought about it, but his doesn't come apart either. He did the one that I love, and mine already has damage. It has breaks. It has some small breaks on it, because I think most of them did. But yeah, that's a. Steve, do you have that picture I sent you earlier? Of course, it's a famous Batman artist, and I think I'm going to forget the name of the artist.
I'll get it right now.
First
I'm
name
not.
is.
Sorry.
ahead.
No, go.
It was.
This is pretty cool, John. I think you're gonna like this like crazy.
I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm.
So it's.
I
I'm not
like
making.
that Joker. Yeah.
If you know Batman, you know this isn't bullshit. Dick Sprang
Wow.
is the artist name. Um, pause for
Please clip that.
We will. We're at 3401.
3401.
So I'm pretty sure this is a private collection because there's another picture and there's like another pedestal with like another. It had like a replica Batmobile, and then it looked like the original art that the Batmobile was based off of. I think it's someone's just private collection, but it looks like a gallery. What I like, and I can't imagine that's not original considering how it's displayed.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
I told Steve what I like too is I normally don't like this, and I had never thought of doing something like this before because like I'm gonna put prints behind this Batman statue. I just know I'm gonna have to put it a little bit higher because the statue's in the way. But what he did was, or she, the mat on the bottom is wider than the top to accommodate the fact that the statues are growing in front of it.
Yes.
It's very
It's
classic.
beautiful. It's very nice. Yeah.
and all that space is very, very modern. There's one print I have that's small that I would like to do something like that with, and just have like a huge mat with such a small print.
They even pair so well with some of them are inspired off of book covers. They pair very well with the cover. I personally, because I think I'm kind of gonna be stepping away for a little while, because I pretty much have everything I want. There's a few pieces here and there, but on the larger scale, I think I'm gonna step away. And I've really been looking at these black and white pieces, and I kind of wanted to use them as a starter collection for my son, because he's still really young. So I figure by the time he's 15, I can try to get them all, like the Pokemon. Gotta catch them all.
Gotta get him early too. Yep.
Yeah, so I've slowly been thinking about picking some up and then putting them in his room, sort of thing. And because some of them are really nice. I saw a YouTube video. Michael Crawford, he did his YouTube video on his collection. He has all of them, all the first editions. And when they're all together, man, they're nice individually, but when they're all together, you see them, they look really nice. So, Back Kid Voodoo's. I've been talking to him because he has a few.
He's the one that hooked me up with some. So
Yeah, and he did too. He sent me one, the one that I have as well, which was awesome of him. But I've been contemplating picking up a few. Just some of them get pricey.
Yeah.
And once you have one, they're like Lay's chips. You just keep on.
I see, so there's a couple of comic book stores around my area. I already got the ones I'm interested in, but they have a ton of them in there, like
Really?
detox. Yeah, I'll take more pictures, but if you're looking for a specific one, I'll take a picture and just pick the one you
Awesome.
want. And then, yeah.
That'd be cool.
And they're all cheap too, man. Like, I think they're just, I don't know if they come with a box. That's the thing. I have to ask, but I don't know. It's cheap. It's like
Yeah,
$20,
if they're-
$30.
20, $30? Yeah, see, that would be cool.
Yeah. But
See, I picked one up. Walmart actually was having a sale, which was crazy. I don't remember the artist, but I picked it up where he's crouching. Batman was crouching. $45 Canadian shipped. So regularly like $60. So I said, I'm gonna jump on that. But I think I'm gonna get into them. They're really cool. Black and white was one of my very first pieces when I was a kid. My parents picked up for me. I have one. I still at their house. But then then I saw the quarter scale sideshow pieces and the comiquettes and so forth, so I was never really dove into them. But now that I've kind of curated the collection that I want, I really appreciate what you can get out of that series with such a limited display space. The footprint is just perfect.
So I guess going back to what we were talking about earlier, are you collecting to fill in that void? Or are you just collecting to collect the whole line, or are you collecting what you like, or are you going to collect?
Well, I'm not gonna say I'm collecting to fill a void, because I'm not the type of person that likes to spend money just to spend it. There's got to be purpose behind it. Being a Batman collector, I didn't really ever dive deep into the black and white. It's only recently, I saw Batkid had made a post on them, and you as well have been getting some in. I said, let me take a look at this. So I even put on YouTube, I put black and white, kind of see the collections that are out there, and I just love them. The variation of representations of Batman, and again, that small footprint, I just think they're fantastic for what you're paying, the representation you're paying. And the other thing playing into it was, like I said, for my son, I think it's a good entryway to kind of get him into the world of collecting. Yeah, he's very young still, but one day to say, hey, I've kind of accumulated this collection. I'm not going to say here's 1/3 of 15, but here's kind of what started collecting these for you, and he can display them in a detail for whatever. Maybe we're thinking too far ahead, but no, I don't collect to fill a void or to fill some sort of agenda. I anything I buy is for me and because I love it.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Zip it, it's me. Zip it, Evan.
I think we all go through that experience, right? Where we collect just to keep collecting to collect. Someone said it to finish a line or to get the next one in line or to
to scratch that itch. Yeah.
Someone was mentioning someone was collecting one of the spiders. I forget who it was. Someone from the Spider-Man series, and they instead of going for the XM route, they here it is. Example: pre-ordered custom Craven the Hunter to complete Sinister Six. Did not like the XM version.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's another thing too. Like, but
You do what works for you. Just because if XM put one out that you don't like, why would you spend the money just to complete the line? No,
yeah,
complete it the way you want it. It's your collection. There's no damn rules. Even Hot Toys, Hot Wheels, man. I've been going to every time I go to Walmart, I go to the Hot Wheels section because they've been producing the Batman vehicles. And I'm talking about mad, like they're coming out crazy. And I've been picking one up every time, and I have them in my son's room. I don't know. I'm just doing like small things for him to kind of set him up on the right foot.
what is the right foot, man? Because you start collecting that Batman stuff, and then he starts hating it. He wants to collect Spider-Man. It's like, what happens then? You know, you're like, collect by yourself.
Time to pay rent, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have any kids, but I imagine that's what would happen. Like they would want to collect something I don't like, just to get back at me. I think that's how it was like when I was a kid. To be honest, like whenever my mom told me to do something, I'd be like, I want to do the opposite thing, just not to get on her nerves, but like,
well, that's when we test it out. I'll tell
Yeah.
them, you don't like Batman, you want to collect. Okay, Spider-Man's good. Then they'll go to Batman. You switch it up.
Gotcha.
Can you get Evan? How do you block Evan? Do I have power here? No, I don't have power.
Do I have power? Wow. Yeah. But I brought this up yesterday on a Let's Chat thing. You know what's the name? Big Silva. He's like another statue collector.
Yeah.
He mentioned shouldn't collectors, new collectors, and all collectors should worry about their NRDs with everything going on?
Should collectors worry about NRDs? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Cece, you want to take that?
Well, so what's the concern that like people are ordering more than they're actually committing to buying?
Well, there's that, but then there's also like the worry of a company going under. You know, there's.
I mean,
oh no.
I don't know if it's like laughs in Star Wars fan, but like there's been a few like prop companies that have gone under, and like I remember, I think Chronicle Collectibles still has legal issues because of all of the money that people had in pre-orders that they didn't get back once the company went under. I might be the wrong person to ask. Not as I talk about how I'm not irresponsible with money. Like I am the person who will pay friends and family, depending on who it is. But I also just make sure that it's not a purchase that I wouldn't be okay with losing if God forbid something were to happen, right?
Yeah.
So I don't, because I mean, I buy customs, and I take that into consideration, where it's like, well, what if the project doesn't go to fruition, or God forbid if something were to happen? Actually, I feel badly. I had someone reach out to me about a Star Wars project that they were doing that was custom, and I didn't it was their first project ever, and I was like, oh, I'll get around to posting it, and I didn't. And then the other person, people probably know what I'm talking about, but I don't have permission to talk about them on YouTube, I don't think, so I'm not going to say it, but the other person involved in the project died. And that person was in charge of like taking the pre-orders and stuff like that. So now they have Michael with NYC doing the project. So I think he's got the sculpt and he's going to do something with it. But they kind of attach themselves to Michael, who's like a very well-known and established person in the customs community, which I think is a good thing, because I think there was some feedback when they announced that. I think it was today or this week that a lot of people were on the fence because they weren't established commissioners yet. Like they hadn't produced their first statue, and it's a huge leap of faith. But like Mr. X talks about that, where it's like you take a chance with these customs. It's not like licensed stuff, but then there's also licensed companies like EFX took money for an Iron Man helmet, and 8 years later they've still never produced it. And so people have had to hit them up several times about like, where's my money? Am I ever getting it back, or am I getting this helmet? And Anobos did that for several years before they kind of went kaput and became Denunovo. So yeah, it's happened several times, but I don't think, like, even that thing, the ongoing thing with Hotshot Comics, if you're
Oh
familiar.
yeah.
So like the CGC I ordered was $200. Some people are out $60. Some people are out $50. Some people are out thousands. I'm out 200. Does it suck? Absolutely. But you know, can I pay my rent without that 200? Yeah, of course. Like I'm not going to make a decision like that where if it doesn't happen, I'm in shambles or like I'm in a really rough spot because something I thought I was going to buy with that money, I'm not getting. I think it's like, for me, it's like a lesson learned kind of thing, which is hard to say because it is like well-earned money and it's never a great thing when something like that happens. But no, I've
I was
never
gonna
been.
say, can I borrow $200 really quick?
Right.
Yeah.
That's Taco Bell money, Steve.
I know.
Wow.
Nowadays, yes, it is.
But no, I've never been concerned that I'm going to lose an NRD or not get it back or something like that. No, I can't say I've been in that situation before.
A couple things with NRDs is, yeah, I don't like the what Bats in the Belfry said. Customs, that's where I'd worry with NRDs. Personally, unless I know it's a reputable company doing it, I wouldn't do it. I know I may pay a little bit more in the aftermarket, but I'll feel more comfortable purchasing it from a collector who has it in hand than from the actual commissioner who's doing the work. That's me personally. But I think with NRDs, where we have to be careful is even a simple sideshow NRD, whether you collect hot toys, statues, whatever you're collecting, is it's very easy to accumulate NRDs. $50 here, $70 there, I can do it, sure. And then you're 15 orders deep, and they're starting to release, and they're coming out at the same time. That's where you need to be careful, because at the end of the day, NRDs are still money that you could be putting towards a piece that, one good piece that you may really want, or we don't know what's going to happen down the line in life even if you're going to need access to that money. And yeah, Sideshow has pretty good customer service where if it's like a one-off, they'll give you the NRD back. They're pretty good with that. But yeah, NRD can be a deep rabbit hole you can fall into because it's like, oh, it's just $50 here. Oh, but I like this too. $70 there, and you can see that they add up. And again, also the way the markets are right now, I don't think that you necessarily have to pre-order right away and pay the NRD. I know some companies are incentivizing the whole pre-order, like Tweeterhead with their variants and PCS as well. They're kind of giving you that incentive to pre-order, which is good. I think that's healthy for the market. Who was doing the timed discount? I think it was PCS doing that.
PCS, yeah.
I think that's smart, doing that, where you're actually saving money by pre-ordering. I think that's an aspect where giving that NRD up front may help you if it's a piece you really want. Just be careful that you don't get carried away with, with the amount. It's very easy to get lost with these small amounts, and then boom, the bill comes and
I gotta say, like, to go off of that, like, also, like, when YouTubers say or other collectors say, well, you should support the statue. If you like it, support it. It's not their money when it comes down to it. It's like, hey man, I support it by like my ways. Like, I'm not ready to make a NRD, or I'm not ready to purchase this right now. It's just freaking it's tough, man. Like that's why I think like Slifer, not Slifer, what is it? I was reading his name.
Slifer, this year.
When Crippler and I were talking about it, it's like influencers, like even us, we have crazy influence over some people. Even in the smallest way it might be, but it accumulates, over time. But like bigger YouTubers, like I can't imagine what they go through with other collectors, Just saying I'm gonna buy this, people are gonna be like, well, if he's buying it or she's buying it, I want it now because he or she has it.
I think I've said that before, where like I feel badly when I talk about an art print and someone's like, "Did you get it?" And I'm like, "No, like just because I was talking about it doesn't mean I can't." Yeah. But like if I bought every art print I talked about, I'd be broke as hell. The other thing that I haven't really even talked about on the print show, I kind of have, like, private commissions. So private commissions work like the same way custom statues do, where it's a commissioner and you're dealing with the artist, but there's been some situations where like the artist even gets burned, or vice versa, where like the artist goes and the commissioner gets burned. But I'm in a few now, and that can kind of catch up with you because like you don't know when it's like custom statues. You don't know when like some art fees are due. You don't know when they're gonna ship. Not that they're the same price as statues, thankfully, but like I'm in one right now. I'm very excited for. It's for Dracula, the Gary Oldman one. I think 96.
Ooh, I like that one. Yeah.
And it's a stunning print, and I really hope so right now they're talking about doing it like one of two ways. Like they could do it where it's like on an interesting paper, or they could do it where it's got like metallic elements, and so that's going to change the price, like depending on what they do with this. But like it's one of those things that I joined it, and those are situations if you think custom statues don't happen very often, if like there's not enough people backing it. The same with custom art prints. Like I was on another one. I'm still shocked it didn't happen. And I actually had tried to advertise it a little bit with permission from the artist. It was a Hellboy, like a 2004 Hellboy, and it didn't happen. And the artist had told me like this is going to happen regardless because like, I don't care how expensive it is or how much less money I get. Like I really want to do this, and it still didn't happen. And because I talked to the commissioner, and they were like, no, like realistically it doesn't make sense. Like we can't have a print run of like 20 prints because even then like the prints are going to be several $100s a piece maybe. Like there's a certain, just like statues, like there's a certain amount they have to meet in order for it to make sense for the factories. Same with the art prints. Like it has to make sense for the artist, for the commissioner, for the printing company, based on supplies. Like so I think there was one I was on, the Hellboy got canceled. I think there was a Constantine that people are still upset about got canceled. And I'm on one that I don't think has gotten canceled, but we'll see. So it's that kind of stuff that could be pretty devastating when it doesn't get backed. So there, I totally understand where it's like, support the project. Like if you want it, jump on it. And I think it's a little easier to do that with the private commission art prints because while the projects can take a long time, like just like custom statues, hey, support the artist is like at most $100. Like they're not expensive. Sometimes, especially if it's a private commission, like the one I have is popular. I had people message me a lot after I showed it on the print show for the first time. It's the Zero Phantom Menace, the like black and gold. It's not cheap getting it because the run is over. But those, like the people who are on that private commission for a long time waiting for that, I think it was like $180 for both the regular version of that and the variant. I have the variant. The variant is regularly on eBay for $1,000, $1,200. And the people who were on the run spent like $90 for it. So that's where it's like getting in early is almost very like incredibly paramount in situations like that, more so than with custom statues. But we've talked about that. Forensi. No, I wouldn't have concerns about dusting because I don't think you have to. You're not going to have to dust a canvas print more often or less often than a regular glass, like enclosed paper print. You could put canvas behind glass as well. So I wouldn't let that deter you. There's some artists like Ross who I think have more prints available in canvas form than they do paper. I'm just making that assumption because, like I said, I'm not a Ross fan, but I feel like I see more of his canvas than I do paper. Lee Bermejo is another one that's been pushing out a ton of canvas prints through Sideshow. No, I don't think there's a lot of... The thing with canvas prints is if you get them and they're rolled and they're not stretched on a frame, like gallery wrapped, that's another expense. Like Hobby Lobby, I think regardless of the size, so something like this one, which I showed already on Steve's channel, so this is...
I like this. Yeah.
This one's not large. Does it say what size it is on the COA? No, it's not. It's not large at all, but I still think that if you were to get this as a rolled canvas, like in a tube, and have to get it stretched, I think Hobby Lobby is the cheapest option, and I think their minimum for stretching a canvas is like $100. So, because like this is can I lift this? No, not without putting my fries down. Stand by. I'll grab the other one. This one's heavy.
You gonna get any art prints anytime soon, John, for your baby's room?
I've been looking at those as well, to be honest.
This one was like $150.
Wow.
With like.
Oh yeah.
Is this the cantina? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got the float frame, which has like a gap.
I like that frame a lot.
Between the canvas and the frame.
I like that a lot.
But this one I think all in was $150. But it's not small, I think, by comparison. Yeah, this one has nice colors. But that's the only thing that I think that some people don't like. They like canvas because it doesn't have, like, you can see it's got some sheen to it, but not that bad. So some people like collecting canvases just because it doesn't have much of a glare, as opposed to getting like the museum acrylic that doesn't have glare. It's just the medium of the artists I appreciate tend to work more on paper. Paper's easier for people to work with. It's not as expensive.
John, what do you think about this when people spell your name with an H in there?
It's okay. I'll forgive Deflex. If it was anybody else, no. It's whatever, man.
My brothers get to me when they put an N at the end of my name, and I was like, you know, that takes me off, right? They're like, yeah. We've been together forever, so yeah, we know.
Appreciate you, Deflex.
Do you though?
I do. Deflex is a good guy.
But yeah, so that's all I had for tonight. But I'm looking forward to San Diego next week. I think I'm booked for the whole week already. I'm not even there yet. It's freaking annoying. I want to go and freaking relax, but I'll be busy all next week. But Cece, you got your San Diego already planned out, or you're still?
I haven't even thought about packing yet.
What?
I know, and I think I have like.
Isn't it still in 2 weeks?
Next week.
It's next. Yeah, my flight's next Wednesday. It's one of those things. I think I have a lot of plans, but I haven't been paying attention to the group chats where it's like, we're going to do dinner this night. And I'm like, just tell me where to go and I'm going to show up. I think I'm getting excited, but I think the older I get, I don't get excited till it's like the day of. And then I'm like, oh. Like when I'm going to the airport, that's when it's like, oh, it's finally hitting me that we're doing this. So we'll see.
I'm starving myself in order to eat next week. So I don't know. It's weird.
What do you think?
Man,
what is it? San Diego has better food than.
I wouldn't say better food. It's just like food that I miss that they don't have here, like Cali burritos, carne asada fries, stingray tacos, and all this other stuff. So, oh look, take a lot of videos. You're monetized now. Beat those views. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be sleeping in, man, every single day. See you there. Oh, friends gonna be there. Cool.
Steve already got the GoPro attached. He's gonna have it in the lens. Everything snaps that.
God, there's people that have GoPros attached to their hat now. I don't know if you guys seen that.
No, I haven't seen that.
I'm not doing that crap.
There's people for everything, man. You can walk by. This is where Sideshow would have been.
Yeah. Oh. Look at this empty space. No, but like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be going to the con. Saturday, I'm going to try to go, but Saturday's gonna be stupid, like really dumb.
I don't know
like
if I
really. Yeah, Saturday I'm going to chill, Mission Bay, and then Sunday I'm going to drive up north and get lost for a little bit. Then come back. I fly out Tuesday, so I'll come back by Tuesday. But yeah, it's going to be fun, man.
It's next week?
It starts next Wednesday.
Man, time is flying by really quick. Holy mac.
Douchebag says, I love that name. Quick question. Does Blitzway have a tendency of canceling pre-orders or having ever canceled one? I'm asked because I'm interested in a piece that currently is under pre-order. I haven't heard of them.
I think you're safe with Blitzway.
Yeah, Prime 1.
Blitzway themselves. So I think you'd be fine. I still got to order that Pattinson bust.
Yeah. You're going to get that thing? It's like $300, right?
Which piece?
I got the Joker up here.
Bag.
Oh, you do? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I'd be curious
Probably
to hear
get
what
that
piece he's talking about.
I'm curious too. Did you see? As I have a fry in my mouth, sorry.
Disrespect.
The
Can I have
Paul
one more?
Atreides, where they compared the prototype to the John. Just use your words.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh wait, I forgot the honey mustard. Hold on.
Wait.
So-
They compared the what?
They compare. I mean, they're pretty transparent. They'll compare photos of the prototype compared to the mass
Yeah,
market.
yeah,
But-
that's something they're doing. A new thing they're doing.
Yeah, it doesn't. I thought the Ripley, the alien, looked good,
Hell
but
yeah.
the Paul Atreides, like I think the prototype looks so much better.
Better.
Okay, we're gonna look at that real quick because
I posted
I
it
was.
I think you showed it on Club on Friday.
I didn't. Sorry,
Which one did you want to see? Sorry, Dune.
Dune.
Yeah, that one. And, but I think this is what they. This is a reaction to their collectors always saying that the production is always lackluster compared to the prototype.
With Blitzway, yeah, everyone says
Everyone
that.
says that. So this
Yeah.
is like them saying, "Okay, well, here you go."
Hold my fries.
The outfit looks good. The color variation on the tunic there looks good. How they added color as opposed to it just being grayed out. I don't know if that's film accurate. I haven't watched the film yet.
I haven't watched it either.
What the hell, guys?
I know it's Jesus.
It's on HBO Max.
I know it is. It is.
It's
I like.
3 hours long. I have kids.
What the?
First off,
That's
you
my
don't.
excuse. That's my excuse.
all, Does that mean you haven't seen the Robert Pattinson Batman because it's 3 hours long? Because I had a coworker told me that today, and I'm like, we can't be friends.
I've seen it because
Not a year.
Because Batman's a real hero.
yeah.
Harry Potter over here can take his time. The color, yeah, I like the color thing there, and the knife, whatever they're gonna call the weapon there.
The
You
fossil.
can see it's better on the production, in my opinion.
His face, though.
Yeah, the face is.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I like the one on the left, to be honest.
That's the prototype one, yeah.
The one on the right looks like he went to San Diego Comic Con. He got a tan.
It's a tan, yeah. It looks like could be lighting for some
His
reason.
eye color looks wrong
I can't see from
compared
It's
to the
brown.
prototype.
It's green.
They just have a part. I believe it's a partnership, douchebag.
Yeah, they have a partnership.
But Blitzway operates on their own as well.
Yeah, they sold out of that Michael Jackson thing.
yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah, the prototype's nice. The portrait
His eye
there.
color.
His face looks too skinny, I think. I gotta double check. Ooh, Optimus has a good question for after.
Optimus has any predictions for Sideshow Con? Hell yeah. That'd be cool. No. Well, I don't know, man. It's next week, right?
18th it starts, yeah.
You guys want to predict something really quick? Statue, art prints, they fire somebody or they
Maybe
go bankrupt. I
Maybe
don't know.
a Dazzler premium format to go with that art print.
It could be it. I think they're gonna announce another statue. To be honest.
Oh, for sure. I hope it's not gonna just be art print. I hope they're gonna.
Wow!
listen.
Did you hear that, CC? Not just art prints. He said.
No, but well, yeah, whatever.
I was too
Oh.
distracted by douchebag living up to his name with that last comment.
Sorry, CC, but Dune almost had me fall asleep.
Jesus.
Wow. So douchebag, don't watch it.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully they listen and it's not just an art print sale. Because again, they're not going to SDCC, so that money they're saving better be pumped up into some production here.
I don't
want,
know.
like
It's
Prime
on-
1 level.
I don't know if I sound like a Debbie Downer. I don't think I'm gonna be like blown away by anything that they announce at the con. But to be fair, I also say that about the art prints. Like I think I have 2 art prints from Sideshow of my entire collection. So, but I do know that there's at least one artist I like who's working on stuff with them. So I have something to look forward to. I just don't think it's gonna get announced for Sideshow Con.
See, this is what they're known for right here. This guy, Felipe, says, don't forget how they screwed us with this one.
That's the
God.
same statue?
Yeah.
Proto versus mass market.
Are you sure? I don't know. Well,
That's what we're That's what everyone thinks about, like this and the Joker. And
So look at
everything.
the one above,
This one,
the Nirvana. Yeah,
Kurt
like
Cobain,
that's
sir.
Kurt Cobain. Sorry, I almost said shotgun. So yeah, the
Wow.
sorry.
Too soon.
Too soon. What were we saying? Like these look good. The prototype looks good.
But they're
Sorry,
using
mass production looks good.
yeah. It's a different material, right? PVC.
Yeah,
compared to
PVC
resin?
versus resin.
Okay. It looks elongated. His face looks wider than.
Yeah, then yeah.
I don't know, man. That Joker picture just.
That Joker picture is really bad.
Yeah.
God damn. Then this
They
is
need
their
to delete that
figures.
one. It's that bad.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't like people deleting comments, but this one needs to be deleted.
Their admin fell asleep.
Oh, here we go, Ripley. Oh man, I love this. Is quarter scale though, man. I was like, what is this?
Wow, what a size is.
Well, you know.
Actually, if this was 1/3 though, it would be impeccable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. We're not gonna lie.
Prototype versus mass production.
See, I don't mind the mass production. I think mass production looks good. Yeah.
So you're saying, or we're saying that they should do this more often compared to prototype to mass production like this?
They should do this for every release.
I think so too.
All companies should, to be honest. Instead of making me have to put the pictures side by side.
Because the masses believe what they're going to get in prototype, right? Oh, like this is going to be, I'm going to pre-order to get the prototype.
Yeah.
And now people know what they're going to get.
Or now we're going to have 3 categories. Prototype, mass production, and then the real production.
In-hand production. Yeah. What do you think of this one, Cece?
I think this was a lot better than the Paul Atreides, which I was like offended by.
Yeah. Yeah, the Atreides, the body looks good. The portrait's a little worrisome.
I think that's what I think the problem is, because I was so like blown away by the prototype on the Paul Atreides that this, I'm just like, okay, I think this looks good. Like between the prototype and the mass production, I think that those are like acceptable changes. But the Paul Atreides, I'm like, it looks like you're buying a totally different person, like the face.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's very subtle.
Yeah. And I want Blitzway to be successful because I like Kate Kim. I like what she brings to the table. And I think it's a good partnership. So they need to wake up. Thank you. Michael Jackson looks great, so.
Yeah, and this thing's sold out. Like, I don't know if any distributors even have this anymore.
This is J&D's competitor now.
Yeah, man. Like,
right, because this was third. Was this third or quarter? I can't remember. Quarter, right?
I think the what do we call it? The peasant version was quarter, and then
Basic bitch.
Basic bitch one, the economical one is a quarter.
Quarter.
I think I
can't remember now.
Yeah.
Maybe,
but like I said, I think what this market's missing is a J&D attention to detail, tailored, well done, masterful piece in quarter, as opposed to third, and maybe without silicone,
with price on point too.
With price on point.
Yeah,
I think that's what we're missing, and you kind of seen Prime 1 with Snape doing it. Blitzway's bringing this to the market, so
they're quarter.
They're quarter. So companies are paying attention and saying, "Hey, there's a gap that needs to be filled here." Because for me, Queen Studios has been dropping the ball. So
yeah,
they're completely silent, man.
I think they're gone with the wind.
Maybe instead of basic bitch, we can call the economical version like the chicky nuggies, and then like the more expensive one could be like the chicky tendies.
All right,
I'm hungry right now, Cece.
I ain't calling no statue a chicky tendy. Okay.
You can get the nuggies or the tendies or the burger.
Now I'm damn hungry.
Yeah. Well, here you go, Cece. This is the one you're looking to get, right?
Yeah, this is nice.
Yes, that's the mass portrait. But I don't think I could swing it as far as space goes, because it would the premium format's gonna go up there, and he's on the bike. I don't think I have enough space to put it in front of it like I do with the Joker. But I thought because the portrait, obviously there's no switch out on the premium format, is masked, that I would get the unmasked portrait because I think the unmasked was really nice.
What's going on, Mark?
That one. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wait till this hits Sideshow. Maybe use some points on this one.
Which one are you gonna get? The masked or the masked? I like this too. I get the masked one, to be honest.
I think so.
The painted blue.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, no. Yeah. Because I like his performance, and it deserves some representation in the collection. In my opinion, for me personally.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Do you know when this ships out, CC? Or available for pre-order tomorrow, June 16th?
I don't. No. I think the Joker one took a while because I had pre-ordered that one as well through Sideshow. So that's actually a good point because I think I have points. But I was going to use the points on the premium format that I haven't ordered yet. Because they haven't mentioned edition size, and the one I've got up there, the Christian Bale, is still available, and I think I got that last year, so I'm not in a rush to get that one. But I am kind of a little worried that they would do less of that one because he is on the bike and it is so much larger. But we'll see. And I just actually, that's why I'm hemorrhaging money right before San Diego Comic-Con. I just finalized the commission art that's going to go up there. It's Robert Pattinson Batman.
Sweet.
Man. Yeah. It's going to be an expensive week next week. The food. The food.
You gotta buy some stuff.
I'm going to get Frank Miller to sign a couple things.
Oh, so you're going to get Frank Miller to sign there then? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I saw his schedule or his calendar stuff, and I didn't see anything for the East Coast. So
no, I know we were discussing because he's coming here in August.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it's good. It's good you're getting in there.
Yeah.
It's safer to do that.
Yeah. Getting Jim Lee to sign a couple things, and then...
That's the one I want. I want Jim Lee, but I've been talking with Cece about that.
Yeah.
He'll be around. He'll be around forever, too, so... Frank Miller's no kidding. But...
Wow. I think I want to get Frank Miller to sign the Dark Knight, the DK3, the gun, the butt of the gun.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
I want to get him to sign
the emblem. Yeah, I was thinking that too, but because realistically, I'm never going to use that black. Yeah, but then it doesn't come with a bust. How are we going to display it? You have the bust. The other bust?
It's going to be right here. It's going to be in my...
Wow.
Okay. I don't have the other bust. No. It goes for another one.
Or maybe grab some black and white statues, get him to sign that too.
Yeah. I thought about that with Jim Lee, actually. But I didn't have time to grab... I don't have his black and white.
Jim Lee needs to get his ass to Canada, man. Fuck. I want him to sign the Hush, the bats, one of the bats, and the briefcase from the Ivy.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
If he ever came to Canada, though, I would take my Superman's cape for him to sign.
Oh.
Yeah, 100% I would.
I think I'd take Superman himself to sign his leg or his chest.
To do that, he did a remark on one of the legs. I think it was
I saw that.
Cisco did some content, and she showed it off, yeah. I liked it. I thought that was cool. I don't care what anyone says. I think that was awesome. Mm-hmm. That's a piece of history right there.
We still got 50 people watching. It's crazy. Anything else you guys want to bring up before we get out of here?
I saw a post today, but I didn't save it.
Cece, do you want to talk about really quick? I mean, we could talk about this next week, actually, because we have one more show before we go to Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. But is there anything in particular you're looking forward to Comic-Con?
Honestly, I think I tend to be this way before big conventions. I think I'm more nervous that I'm not going to enjoy it because it's going to be so packed. So
what
there's
day
that.
Are you going?
I have tickets for all days.
Okay.
Like preview night, like Wednesday, Thursday. It's Saturday. I think I'm not gonna do anything. But I mean, I don't like going. I don't typically go for the panels or anything like that. There are a few things that, like, I'm debating. Do I want to even try to get like a Mondo print? There's a few other ones at different booths that I do want to get. So I'm hoping that I can make that happen. Like the sooner the better. But I think like most conventions, it's going to be more about like the opposite of the Denver one that just happened, where I was like, I'm here to buy stuff, like see what they have and buy things. I'm going to buy some things there, don't get me wrong, but I think it's more about like hanging out with friends that I don't get to see on a regular basis. Like we just do this stuff. So
Gonna be like Danny, Cece, you guys got that Jim Lee guy, Uncle Frank Miller out. Like have like walkie talkies or something. We definitely got to do something like that.
we got. Oh man, I gotta. Yeah, I have to figure that out. I was debating if I could figure out renting a hotspot, because I've done that when I've traveled internationally before. Is like you just rent a hotspot so that you always have connection or reception or what have you. Because like Denver was pretty bad. Fan Expo Denver. Celebration is typically bad because there's just so many people all trying to communicate at once.
Douchebag asked a question. It may like bounce to our prints too, but this may be a. But does having the signature on a statue raise or lower its value? What do you guys think?
I think it'll always raise it because no signature is free, if that makes sense. Because, well, I say that. I mean, maybe there's some where you just happenstance, you're there and they sign it for you. But for the most part, like if you get it signed at a convention, I feel like it at least goes up the price you paid for that signature. Like the print I bought from Jim Lee, he signed it, but the price of the print included his signature. Otherwise, it was $60 just to get him to sign anything if you showed up with a book or something like that. So I think that print automatically ends up being worth more. Yeah. I mean, I tell people all the time, if I have the option of buying an art print that's signed versus unsigned, it depends on the print and the artist. I might opt for the one that's signed. I might not opt for the one that's signed. I've got plenty of stuff that's signed by Matt Ferguson. That doesn't mean I'm going to, like, if I've got something that's not signed by a different artist, maybe I'd appreciate one that is signed versus other artists who, like, I've got a few things that are signed by them. And I've had this conversation with print collectors where they're like, hey, this print's worth a lot. Will it go down in value if I get, like, it's like an alternative movie poster print, like say Star Wars? Do you think it'll go down in value if I get like Mark Hamill to sign it? And I'm like, no. Like, why would it go down in value? It's only like, unless it's a Star Wars print and you have Ryan Reynolds sign it, it's not going to go down in value. Like, it's only going to
go up. He's Canadian.
It's all about relevance.
My Juggernaut is signed by Stan Lee, and like, I don't think anybody's gonna pay me extra dollar for that one. But I value it. I don't. Yeah. That's my one and only Stan Lee signed collectible, and I almost sold it too, like a long time ago when I first started, and I'm glad I kept it. Or no one bought it.
Well,
lucky for that.
That's actually they raise a good point. Some people are saying like, I don't like it. It seems like for statues, it's personal preference. Some people just don't like the idea of a statue being signed. So I could see that where like you're less inclined to buy it because you're not crazy about statues being signed. But if you've always wanted a signature from the artist, I think you're gonna want the statue that's signed, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I think with statues it's a bit different. It can almost take away from it. I don't know. I find the signatures are very a very personal thing. The whole experience of going, meeting the artist or meeting the person and getting them to sign the piece, you bringing it to them and them signing it in front of you, taking a picture. I feel that's more personal than me just buying, let's say, a piece that's already signed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And especially if the piece doesn't come with a certificate of authenticity, that can be an issue of its own. But like I got the DeLorean signed. For me, it was more personal. I don't resale values, whatever. For me, it was just that personal experience that made it fun and a keeper.
So, Vice Press is releasing a Ninja Turtles print soon. Luke Pierce is the artist. Oh, it's with Bottleneck. So you could buy it through Vice Press or Bottleneck when it releases.
Like my, Figure Kong, I think asked that one, right?
Yeah.
I got my Bowen signed by D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox. And that was an experience, to be honest. If I ever do sell it, I'm not gonna ask like $1 billion for it. I think I'm just gonna keep that forever because it's been like a freaking cool experience. D'Onofrio, I I told him to his face, like, the signature looks like a kid's, and he laughed about it. Charlie Cox was cool because I met him at the train station after, so there's like a little bit of story there. But if anybody wants to pay me $1,000 for it, like, just let's talk. No, no.
$1,000. That's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess we'll end it here, and we'll be on tomorrow for Statue Tuesday, episode 99.
Oh boy.
And yeah, man. So I reached out to a couple of distributors, vendors, so-and-so, and other people. Slifer's going to do a giveaway. What's his name? Freak, man, I just had his name. Terry's going to do a giveaway. And I reached out to a couple other guys, and we're still working on it. But yeah, man, so Statue 99. I'm sorry. Episode 99 is coming out tomorrow. So excited for that. And then episode 100 is next week. And then San Diego Comic-Con. And then getting trashed on Saturday. And then getting trashed on Sunday. No kidding. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a crazy week next week.
Children.
I know, right? Trashed as in like, going to school and staying. No kidding. What's up, Collector's
What's
Table?
going on, Adam?
But John, how about you, man? What do you got going on?
Nothing. Probably Friday we'll do club, and that's pretty much it for this week.
Ever since you got that kid, you changed it, man.
This week, at least, just for this week. No, we're gonna still be having
kidding,
fun, but we got some cool giveaways happening. I'm working on a T-shirt collection.
I saw, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do not just T-shirt. I want to do mugs, a whole bunch of stuff. We'll see. Some big things happening to the channel within the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun. It just makes it more fun now. With kids, it just makes it more fun. So you use them as an excuse. I need this art print, and I need that.
Yeah, for them. It's for them.
Then they get to like with Terry when he starts to film with Liam. It's hilarious. I think that's adorable.
You should do like what's it called, behind the scenes stuff. What do they call those?
Clips, like bloopers.
Bloopers, yeah, that'd be hilarious. Sit down.
No, they're still. Well, yeah, he's still so young, but.
Yeah, I want to do that for San Diego Comic-Con, like a little one of one shirt, CMP 2024, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could get that done in a week. Or what do you think?
I don't know. Unless you go to like there's shops and like malls you can go into.
Oh yeah.
And they might be able to if you put an image together. But that could be cool. I want to do something too where we kind of incorporate the community to make a design, have like a contest. Whoever makes the coolest design by vote, we'll make that into a shirt and have that. We've been the quotes and stuff. We'll make it fun. It's going to be fun.
I debated doing, especially for conventions, and I blame RS. They had challenge coins, and I thought like it'd be cool if like I did a challenge coin that you could like give to people.
15 months without a statue or something like that, or
like AA or something.
Yeah. Awesome.
Or
what about you?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what about you, CC? You got anything coming up?
That's a great question. I think I'm supposed to do an art print show tomorrow if the schedule's the same, but I don't know if it's going to work with everyone's schedules. And I think I heard there might be an Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday, but I don't know if that's set in stone. So we'll see. It could be a week of a lot of streams, or it could be a week of not a lot of streams. But I do know I'm seeing Indiana Jones on Wednesday, so I'm really excited about that.
Dun, dun, dun.
Are you gonna put money towards that? Oh man, okay. I was gonna wait for that to come out on like HBO or something.
See your eyes.
I heard it's good.
You heard it's good? I didn't.
Yeah. Actually, Matt Ferguson was the one who was like,
"Oh, here we go."
I
knew there was a reason.
Yeah.
He said it was good, and then he was like, "We'll talk." I think he said something about like talking to either friends or family. There's a few people who said stuff to him. There, he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I recall the scene the same way." So I think he said he will have to watch it like again to give a good opinion. But he's not the only one who said it's good. Okay, I just think that
He's the only one that matters, though.
Yeah.
he did a
okay,
fantastic print for it. So I mean, there's that. But no,
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Yeah, change that to CC's face.
That's it.
but no, I'm seeing it with the coworker. I'm excited about it.
Nice. Awesome. Well, Sean had to be, he has a vacation, or he's on vacation right now. So maybe we'll see him next week. Maybe we'll see him in a month. You know, take your vacation, freaking have fun, freaking enjoy the heat. But yeah, have fun, man. John, thanks for joining in. CC,
Always.
you too. And I'm gonna rewind the tape. I want to see the beginning of the McDonald's fiasco. So everyone have fun, and yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.